I wanted to go over a 30-second town hall question today about health. But before I do that, I wanted to show you some more links that I added on my database that might be helpful to you, especially since this administration has taken away healthcare for millions of Americans. Some of us are going without healthcare right now. Yeah, so maybe some of these items will help you. So my links are all in alphabetical order, so you just kind of have to scroll down to the section that says health. I just learned about some of these things today, so I was kind of excited to put them on there. ramusa.org. Apparently that is a free pop-up clinic, and they also have a schedule page where you can get their schedule. I've not had to use any of these, so I can't tell you a whole lot about them. I'm not an expert, but I think that it is important to share information. It looks like they have, well, let me make myself smaller. Let me move myself over here. Okay, so it looks like you can select a state, like I'll just pick a random one. Let's go to Ohio. And then it looks like there's a section below that tells you some of the pop-up clinics, where they're at and their availability date. Like this one is at East High School, and it says November 7th, 2026 through November 8th, 2026. So obviously that's a long ways away from when I posted this video, but it does seem to work. So it doesn't look like there are a lot of pop-up clinics, but at least it's one option. And again, I'm going to go through my question. Like I said, I want to go through all of these links first. We'll go through them quickly. I'm not going to go on to every single webpage. I am hearing a lot about folks who are using what's called direct primary care. So from what I do understand about it, it's kind of like a monthly subscription of sorts, and then you get so many doctor's appointments based on your subscription. It's supposed to be a little bit more affordable than your traditional medical care. They just don't offer a lot of the same things like outpatient treatments or hospital stays or emergency visits. But I'm not sure. It's just something worth going in and taking a look at yourself, especially if you're desperate for any kind of medical treatment and you need some sort of option that's there. This one's One Medical, Healthcare to You, Redirect Health, primarycare.com, DPC directories. I haven't verified any of these. So if they're asking you for personal information, that is totally at your discretion. I wouldn't recommend putting information on any website until you've verified for yourself that they are valid. So maybe talk to someone who has more in-depth knowledge about that. Like I said, I can't guarantee any of these for you. But there's dpcfrontier.com that's supposed to be a directory, dpcalliance.org, DPC Care, HSA for America. And then you have some stuff down here for dental care. From what I understand, there are low-cost dental services or sometimes free cleanings at dental schools. And these are supposed to be directories that can point you in that direction if you're looking for something like that. This is through the ADA. This one here says dcds.org. For vision, this is the government website that helps people find some low-cost eye care. And then one of the things I can vouch for is Zenni Optical. So I love their glasses. And with me, I know my prescription. You have to have your prescription. You just plug it in. They will ask you for your pupillary distance. So if you get an eye exam, make sure you know what that is. It comes in millimeters. They just want to know the distance from your eye to eye, here to here. Anyone who plays with VR knows that you kind of have to know your pupillary distance in order to use VR glasses. With regular glasses, it's the same way. Otherwise, you're going to have some pretty bad eye strain if you're way off. But if you have your prescription, you go to Zenni Optical. They have an amazing selection. I am not being sponsored by them. Why would I be sponsored? But they are really nice glasses. Back when I was employed, I think I had 7 pairs of glasses, so I could have different fashions for different outfits. I was buying glasses like I was buying shoes. Like I had an obsession with glasses as an accessory. But there are some really adorable and cute options for the ladies. My glasses all ended up costing me under 20 bucks. I think I got some of my favorite pairs of glasses for like $14, and that included the lenses. They lasted sometimes longer than what I would get at Walmart. If I get the BB brand of glasses, they're always garbage after a month, but the brands that I buy through Zenni, I've never had a problem with them, like ever. I've always had problems with my $300 and $400 glasses at a regular box store, but at Zenni, I've never had any issues. So huge promo there. I would go ahead and check them out. You can get some really cute stuff. And then I've never tried this other brand, or this other company, but it's called zlol.com. Just give that a shot too. Okay, anyways. Let's go ahead and go through the question. I just made it today. Okay, so we'll get into health, 30-second questions. I'm going to jump all the way down to question 4 and we'll get that one done today. All right, here we go. The EPA has approved new pesticides containing forever chemicals for use on food, while studies continue finding glyphosate residues in common products like bread. The Trump administration then backed Bayer as the Supreme Court blocked consumers from suing over Roundup's lack of cancer warnings, and the EPA excluded microplastics from its next drinking water monitoring program. Why are corporations being protected while Americans are left with fewer warnings and less testing? And what will you do to ensure our food and water are safe? And of course, that question doesn't include all of the cuts. That makes it even harder to test. But what's their plan now? Who knows? Here are some of my sources. November 24, 2025. The EPA approved 2 new pesticides with forever chemicals that would be used on food. November 20, 2024, the EPA registered 10 chemicals for crop use. February 8, 2026, Florida studies show increased glyphosate in bread products. June 25, 2026, Maha moms said they felt betrayed after SCOTUS ruled that Bayer did not have to warn consumers about cancer risks associated with Roundup. July 1, 2026, the EPA quit monitoring and testing for microplastics and pesticides in drinking water. June 25th, 2026, SCOTUS scales back Roundup cancer suits in win for Bayer. Of course, there are more sources on my database that you are welcome to. I'll put the link below. If you don't want to go to my database, that is a-okay. I will include the text version of this in the description. If you're interested in it, you want to copy and paste it or ask it at your next town hall, by all means do that. That's all I had today. Thank you very much and take care.